Alrighty, I think we are live. Just a second here. Get this set up. Okay. This is the nickel-plated condor. You guys can call me Jesse. It is Tuesday, November 24th. We are a couple of days away from Thanksgiving. And yeah, we have a couple days left here to trade before the holiday. So we're going to see what SPY does today. They shot up a lot in after hours after Biden was told he can begin his transition to president. So that uncertainty is gone now. Bitcoin spike above 19 grand. Man, Bitcoin's really interesting. Yeah, just not sure about them. Let's get my schedule up here. To know what we're going to look at today. So we'll see where SPY wants to open. Looks like around the 360, 50, or 360, 25 zone here. So we will have to watch. That's going to be an open about $3 higher. So that's going to hurt any of our bearish spreads. But I did have a lot more spreads that were neutral. Let's see, recent. I believe I saved it. Did I not save it? Where do you open something? And I can't even find it. That's fine. I'll just figure it out. Yesterday, we finished up. I believe it was 4%. Really happy about that. Although with going 4% up yesterday, we're only 12% up the past month. We had a really big dip area where we went from 612 to 460 in 2 days, and that was just a lack of confidence on my part. I picked myself back up, and now we've gone from 447 up to 554 here over the course of the last couple of weeks, kind of trending up again steadily. So we're going to try to maintain that curve. Watching SPY right now opening higher. That's not going to help for today. But we had such a big green day yesterday. I would not be surprised if we do finish a little lower today. And that is because I'm not quite at the day trade level. I did get a job interview yesterday. I'm interviewing again on Monday. So hopefully if I can do that in afternoons, I can still do this stream in the mornings. I can start doing day trades instead. It's going to be great. I'm thinking about doing a separate account where I save every single penny that I'm getting from the job and trade that separately. But I still want that to go towards a big grand total. So we will see. Our spreads did pretty well yesterday on the long term. Again, while a long term account is a lot more passive, I still see, I mean, you might still sometimes see down days on those accounts when they're that passive that they're kind of squiggling up and down, and you might make loose some here, and it might be enough to put you at red on the day, but you know. So let's look at SPY on some of the bigger. See, the MACD might be ready to turn around, not sure, here on the 5-minute. But I don't know exactly where we're going to open. That top resistance that they put in, now they're trending down. That top resistance is similar to what we had over on these stocks. Like if I go back, we had to move it a bit down for that. And then do we have that top pinned, or do we have to actually, if we go to the 10-minute, it's the 15-minute would have to do. See, because I just want to see where I can go all the way back. You can see wedge pattern here. If we line up those two tops like this, does that put this where we want it? That almost is showing that this is resistance. And that looks about right there, the top of that wedge pattern. So that makes it look a bit cleaner. That kind of shows us that if we break back up through this level here, that this would be the end of our big bearish move. But I'm seeing here 30-minute turned a little while ago. 1 hour looks like it'll turn soon. Yeah, I think this is going to be a short 30 minutes into open if we can get some candles confirming that. I think that's what we'll have to look at today. I've been bearish on the market overall, but looking at the indicators here, we were already above the MACD here, and I shorted some stuff on this cross. On the 5-minute, I shorted a spread. If they load here, I shorted one here on this line cross up here. Got a lot of wicks here, so that was a kind of a weird movement. I thought about doing here, but it wasn't very far above the RSI here. But up here we had a really high RSI. It made me a lot better about shorting it in that regard, that position. Right now we're at 360.17, kind of the same neighborhood here. Here on the MACD, if the MACD were to flow right through the open, we would be seeing a moderate to red open, as we've just seen the lines cross here on the 5-minute. But the open normally likes to ignore those indicators, not to say that it won't do exactly what the indicator wants, it's just more likely that we will see the stock do whatever it wants. Heavy amount of volume will tend to do that. So we'll see that in about 25 minutes. We'll see what we want to open at. If we're going to drop down below the 360 level, go above the 361. But again, this line that I've charted out here, I really think that, let's see. How did I get the line over there off the screen? I don't know how I got the end of the line way over there. Anyways, that's about where our resistance is, I think. Go to the 5-minute and look at that. That's about where we want it. Has a good resistance as it's got here factored in. It's got, let's see, where else did it have factored in? It's got a couple other places if you zoom out enough. Now let's go to this one. Here. you gonna let me move this? So one point's over there. This one needs to go over here at the 366.77 level. Need to move this down here to the point where now here we should be able to click it. Here's our point. Now we can line that up perfectly. We want it right about there. All right, so that's our line. So we have it synced up with the top here, synced up with here. And if we look at back here, we can zoom into that and see how close we got. There we just about touched it, but this was kind of a resistance level here. The 362.50 level didn't really get broken except for here in after hours. So we're jumping up again. We're finding a resistance point here on this upper line that was a chart line. It is lowering, but we did have the aggressive breakout down through this. I would have liked for it to kind of trend down to it first and then break out. It would have meant a further drop. But we did break down through that, and then we set 354 even as our bottom. And that's where they break through that. I'm going to be overall bullish on the stock, like all in, because you can see here, I zoom in, it's a little bit hard to see, but this little red line here is a 354 level right there. We break down through that. We will have held under this 9-period SMA for a couple of days. It's looking like it might be a bit more sloppy of a turn here than something over here. I was hoping we just get a clean breakout down, but this Biden news kind of shot it back up. So I think again the 1 hour, what I'll look at there. This is a really high line cross here, so I really like this short. But yeah, pretty sure we'll open red as the condors, while they do like to make a lot of money overnight. I mean, it might have been heavier on the put side. We can look at these and see where most of the value was coming from. On this side, the puts were only 5% of the spread. The calls were more. So that's not good, because now they're trending back up towards it. On this condor here, the puts made up $7 of the side. Actually, 9. On this one, the puts make... Actually, this one's like right in the middle. That's beautiful. That one's got more on the call side. So I have a couple where the call side is a little bit more weighted. But I have a couple sides where the put side is more weighted, where I can close out of those for a pretty good profit on those. And so that so if the other condors lose, which isn't very likely, but if they did, I would have squeezed a bit of profit out before having to take a loss at the end and still come out ahead. This wedge breakout I shouldn't really have ignored, but I did wedge it. I did chart it out. 356, don't care about that one. Remove drawing. Big short. That's what I'm going to put here on text. Because I'm really excited to short through that level. I'm going to edit the properties of this. No, sorry, I did it the wrong way. Edit properties, bottom. Where is it going to be so when I put it on the 1 day, it'll look right? Big short here. And then we'll go back to 1 hour for now. This MACD I really like for a turnaround. Yeah, the sellers are ready to come back. So I have no doubt in my mind though that in the next few days we'll see investors start to realize that the vaccine is not going to be here for a while, and that is kind of what the market was pumping itself up for. Obviously, this move to the upside was that Biden can start his transition process, but it was almost assumed from the get go that he was going to get it, so it shouldn't be that big of a surprise to the market, even if it wasn't official yet. This condor here, the December 4th, I'm up $8 on it, and I think it'll open a couple dollars lower because of the calls. I might have to close out this winning one or keep it open and see how much more I can get out of it today. Yeah, and up here in the top left we have Hanes Brands still holding some shares of them. They're starting their steady uptrend. They're back above the 14 level. If we look at the 1 day, you can see the MACD lines have finally crossed, and that was our buy signal for a lot of people getting back into the stock. I have no doubt that we could reach the 15.15 level here in the next week. We'll have to see, because without Thanksgiving, I wonder if they could squeeze it into 3 days here. But I really like their movement. I just held them through all of this and just watch them keep going. They would be great stocks to swing. I'm thinking about using some day trades to do that, just where I look for a stock like that that's trending up and try to swing it on the daily. Yeah, but I'll probably do a lot more scanning and stuff looking for companies like Hanes when I'm above that day trading level. So I'm watching Charlie talk about the EV charging sector, which is hilarious. Let's see what he's talking about here. I just want to, not that I don't care, but I want to cut to the chase and see which place he's looking at to swing, because I could probably find out myself through patterns. What is this one? Charge point. Reverse merging from SBE. They went from 20 to 24-ish the other day. Oh wait, no, that's something else. Nope, they're up to the 40s now. Yeah, SBE is charge points back. See what he says here. Blink has 23,000 charging stations, but Charlie's saying that A charge point has over 114 grand. And charge point has almost 30 times more funding. Very interesting. Yeah, you need more money for more infrastructure, so it's gonna grow faster. He does say Blink is doing pretty well though. Okay, yeah, there's something wrong here. Either Blink is extremely overvaluated, or ChargePoint is undervaluated grossly, or a combination of both. Because Blink's valuation right now is 1.1 billion, and ChargePoint's is 1.9 billion, even though ChargePoint is literally 5 to 10 times bigger. So one of them has to correct here. I think ChargePoint has a bigger upside if you want to follow a trend for a swing trade. Yeah, why is everybody flocking to Blink? Yeah, Blink just needs more funding. Maybe their more funding is going to come from a bigger market cap. Yeah. Charlie thinks Blink might could do another stock offering to sell more stock, raise more capital, and then develop more infrastructure. When you do that, that's going to dilute the shares you have. Yeah. Yeah. People are gonna hype up this SBE merger is what he's saying. I really like that idea. It's kind of what Nikola did. Very interesting. We'll have to watch SBE here. Okay. All right, that's all I got there from Charlie. He let's see here. He basically brought up how ChargePoint is not even double the market cap of Blink Power, Blink Charging, even though uh ChargePoint has 10 to 20 times more money saved up, which I find really interesting. ChargePoint has a way larger amount of money and they have the larger infrastructure. So why are people not trading SBE here and instead like SBE's at 37, Blink is at 31. They're right here. So looking for a potential big move on one of these stocks, I think the SBE to the upside trade today is going to be a much better play than trying to short Blink, as I'd like to do it in shares. I don't want to have to do it in options because I'm not I really don't want to start doing debit spreads or anything unless I see something really, really rock solid, like in SPY, like a breakthrough 354. I might get a debit spread to the downside for, but anything else, I don't think I want to worry about right now. And we're getting some high volume here. Well, I mean, I'll watch him here in this corner. Haynes is doing great. I'm really happy about that. We will see what happens. So, we'll see where SPY opens as well. We're opening in about 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm afraid we might open red today with some of our overnight holdings. But we will make, I think if we get to about the 362 level, I think a break above this, actually, break above this line where they put in this here. If they break above it and confirm above it, I'll close out of my call spread for now and wait for a reversal higher up the chain and just find the new spot to collect a $10 credit on it. So I don't want to do anything stupid, but if it goes too high, it breaks the level that I thought they would stay below, then I'm not going to trade that. Like right here, we have kind of, I mean, that's pre-market. Pre-market chart patterns don't tend to have that big of movements or relevance in relativity to the larger volume you get right at market open. So even though this bottom to this bottom looks like a cool wedge pattern, I don't think it really means much. It could mean that we go up to here, find resistance, and then shoot down through it. But I don't want to sound overly bearish on this. I just am not sure why we're going up so much. We're kind of in a cloud, I think, again. Because we've corrected into a cloud. If you look at the 1 day, I mean, look at how high we are. We're just oscillating back and forth like crazy. And now we're up at the top of that oscillation again. We hit the top. We actually came back down and went and touched it again. Now you got this pattern we're breaking out of to the downside. So I think if not bearish, we're at least not going that far up. And then we go up $3 in after hours after the Biden thing. This has to be your last point of resistance, or you might have to think they're going to go touch here again. Even though the indicators don't point to it, like right here, next couple of days is when we'll see the line cross. And normally right on line cross when you start to get high volume, people starting to sell off. Right here, buy signal right there. People started to buy in here, here, and here. Here was a line cross, here, 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 big sell-offs. So I do not know how high they can sustain a level here. It's good that we're getting good news here, but I'm just not sure about the current price. I think we might be overpriced right now. One thing I could do is try to buy a few shares of HBE. Maybe I could buy like 10 shares and swing it here. I think I'll wait for the open. You know what? I think I'm going to do it. Just since it's shares, I might go ahead and try to do something on the small account. I meant large account. This is the large account. Stocks and ETFs here. SBE, which is going to become ChargePoint. Switchback Energy Acquisition Corp at this point. We could buy 10 shares at market, and we'll wait to place the order till I see a good valuation here. So we'll leave that one ready. We can get a new quote. Yeah, 38.20 now is the price. So I want to wait for a good time to get in on that. But we are having a 5-minute MACD line cross. This is kind of the time frame that we want for trading something like that. Maybe the 1 hour. What does the 1 hour have to say? Actually, I don't know about this with this line cross here. We've had line crosses before and then just shot up more the next day. So this would definitely just be 5 minutes. waiting to play those. I mean, who knows? Maybe they could keep on realistically running up. I could just get in on a couple runs to the upside if we're at least going to have heavy oscillations. Could be enough to squeeze a good chunk of profit out, even if you weren't actually trading, even if it was trending down more, you could make more just by choosing a good time to sell it. Like, cause yeah, here we have another candle looking to try to open. I think I want to get in right here right before open and then just write out liquidity. Let's do it right here real quick. Place order. Open. Oh, is it not gonna... I want to fill it before the thing. I want to fill it before the... I didn't turn on the extended hours order. Market. Extended hours. Limit. 38.95 my top. Preview order. We do not accept pre-market orders at 9:29. Okay. Okay, I'll just let my market one right at open go through then. Do something fun on stream. We'll watch what happens with it. We're 39 bucks right now. They've had runs up to the 42, 43 range, so we'll have to chart out some levels here. I think you'd long through 43.14 as a new high. And there's our open. 39.36. 39.60. See if we got filled. Yeah, we're going to be down 30 bucks on the small account right now because basically all of them are down. We do have one that was balanced to the other side that is doing a lot better right now. But yeah, 29 at open is that's not very good. We'll see how much of that we can make back here. It looks like we're not getting our SBE filled, which I really want. Come on, man. Let me fill this, please. Ally, what are you doing? I do not like this at all. Stocks and ETFs. SBE. Come on. They're already up to 40. Let me get in, please. I don't know why it's not getting filled. This is disappointing. We are kind of recovering here with the big sell-off here, though, to start. We're down only $24. That's going to put this one, Condor, up 10. I'm going to try to close this one for 10 here. Actually, I'll put in 9 because I might be able to get a fill at 9. That's what the bid is currently. I'll just join the bid. So that could be something that would potentially close. Yeah, a lot of our other spreads are down a lot right now. This one's up to 23 bucks. 25 would probably be my out. But if we have a big drop off here at open, we might see a bit of the stuff recover. I cannot stand this with Ally anymore. I need Ameritrade to figure something out. They didn't fill me on my... I wanted to try to get in at 39.70. I can't even right now. You know what? Here's where you have to be, this is where you need to be, very, very careful. Let's try again. I'll do one more time. I still like them to the upside. SBE, buy 10 shares, but this time we're just going to do a limit. 41.3 is, I'll just put 41.3. Okay. Just fill me. Wow. Okay, we did get filled. Good. We got filled at... Oh, are you serious? Why does it say I have that many? Did it finally fill my other ones? How many shares do I have? Oh, I own 30 shares. Great. Okay, I need to sell some at a take profit then. Okay, let's go to the 1 minute here and watch this. Gonna load me on the 1 minute, please. Big drop off for SPY though. That's good. Come on, SPE, please load for me. This is making me sick. I just need it to work. HBI. I don't know why this isn't working. This is making me really upset. Everything is running so slow right now. This is crazy. Yeah, well, now it's averaged me into 30 shares and it's not loading anything. I'm going to have to restart this. All right, I've relaunched it here. Now nothing's loading. SBE, we need the 1 minute. That's what I want. So we're down 21 now on the small account. That's up 2% past week. So that's fine. On a lot of these, we're actually still up on our initial investment. We're still above break even on a lot of these. It's just that we were so positive yesterday that I probably should have looked into closing in some of them. Okay, here we go. Here's our little movement here. So yeah, there is a drop off for SBE here. We'll see. And because of the time, I got filled at an absolutely horrible price, and you saw me right there become a victim to FOMO, where I kept trying to fill the order, and then when I actually did get the order filled, all my other stupid ones filled also. So that is not very good at all. We'll have to keep watching that now. Yeah. In the meantime, though, SPY's down through this low here that I was going to mark out. Maybe the 50 level. Alright, and then we got to watch SBE here. Our average purchase price is like way up at the top. I was looking at the 5 minute trying to be passive. Let's see. Our average purchase price on that was 41.43. How did I get filled up here? That's my average purchase price. So, I have a couple mature things I could do. I can wait for a pullback and take my loss and then move on to the next thing because I did not mean to get filled at as many as I did. 37.42 is where I could sell them. I just need to get out of that. Sell 30, limit. 37 would be a nice level, but let's just fill it at market and get out of this position. I really don't want to be in this right now. I don't like Ally Bank at all. Place order. Thank you. Got me filled. Yeah, well, just watch me lose, what was that, $120 here on stream. I got out before what could be a break to the downside now, so I do have a chance of getting back into this stock at a better price, but right now, I can't chase anything. That's one of the most mature things you can do is just not chase it. Here's a 35 level they broke. They could break that. Like Charlie says, wait for the perfect opportunity. You just saw me become victim to that here right on stream, so I don't know everything, and I really wish my broker would have filled me, but even then, I was hoping to get in here when I saw this confirmation, and then sell when I got some validation, which, while it may have been here, was a few dollars above this, and now we're selling off like mad. Yeah, they actually poked below the three level there. All right, SPY reversing. I'm going to get out of these call spreads at a loss and then potentially re-enter when we get a turnaround at the top. I'll do a 21 debit, okay. This Iron Condor is down to 10 bucks. I'm thinking whether or not I should just exit that one at 10. And see, the ones that I'm actually closing out right now are ones that I'm taking profit on still. They're just, I'm just closing them out before these potentially go back down in value and follow everything else to the bottom. I'm going to put this one, try to fill it at 10, see if I get the fill here. I got it. So I took an $11 profit on that one. I took an $8 loss on the other one. So now we are +8, +2, -4. So total for all these fills were +$6. And we're still down $19 on the day. So we had a lot of our original stuff here that was so far into the green now. Now that we're cooling back off, we might have to wait on that. And I'm not taking those losses. They aren't losses again. They are losses from yesterday, but over this long run, yeah, we kind of had a thing. Here's where you might have a run from them. What we're going to do, we're going to go to the 5 minute, actually. We're going to wait for a candle to open entirely above this, and then we would long on the next entry. But nothing else. I'm not going to do anything else dumb. I could average in a bit more for a breakthrough 43.14. But really, I don't want to do anything else right now. Breaks the new pre-market lows. I may re-enter my shorts at my better legs that I want. But 1 minute shows we could have a second before we turn around here. Yeah, that was not a good experience here with SBE. The broker filling would have helped a little bit, but I also made a couple dumb decisions there, and I'm glad that other people can see that I can show that to people, because no one's a perfect trader. It's what you do after you fail that defines you as a trader. So if I were to panic and try to buy more and hope it comes back, then yeah, I'd be in trouble. Let's see here on the 1 minute, this would be a confirmation above a MACD. So on a 1 minute, if you were day trading, that could be a long. Say you get in at 38.50, just some random price. I don't know. You might not get the best fill in the world. Let's see you getting at 38.50. These things are super volatile. But holy crap, yeah, this is not good. This is very, very volatile. I'll remove that drawing. But this top is going to be a level. 38.80 is a level to the upside now to watch. Finding the 9-period simple moving average as support. Trying to use the MACD to propel themselves back up. Put that right at the 359.40 level, and you can see we did poke through it there. We kind of used it as resistance here, and then that was the open here on this candle, which kind of shows it as being support. We use it support again here, support again there. So are we going to break down through it or not? I don't know. And that was not a good fill on SBE at all. I'm just going to I'm going to grovel in that because, you know, that was a dumb decision by me and I don't want to do it again. It doesn't matter if I'm going to be able to add more income at all or something with a job. I still need to be good at trading. 359.85 is a potential long level. Seeing a wedge pattern here. So here's what I'm thinking. This could be a bear flag where you shoot down into this area. You can see right here we kind of had a place where treat it as support, treat it as resistance. And then if you break down through the bottom, you could be gone to the downside, down through the 359.40 level. I'll be watching that. But this top one, I think I'm going to move back up, even if it gets ignored here. I think 85 is a good level to have that at. It's kind of a good middle ground between showing where there could have been support for this and resistance for that. But yeah, there we are down below under that channel. It was kind of set here by a few candle opens. So we'll see if that was the move right there or if we're done. Sometimes on the 1 minute, these moves can take a couple of... And as they go down, SBE is going up. See, if I was using other day trade strategies, I could potentially, you could long through this, the 38.80 level would be a good long area, and then just try to long them up to the high. But, so here in pre-market, we got it to 43.14. That would definitely be a long area, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to trade like Charlie does. I'm going to get here on the 5 minute, wait for the market liquidity to kind of calm down, and if we get some confirmation above the 9-period SMA, I'll swing them. Here's SPY. They did break down through that level. I think we're going down now. I am going to wait for some bigger MACD line crosses on the 5 minute because right now we're very low. I want to wait for that to be considered high. I like using the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 1 hour here. Blink after a big run up down 16%. Here's SBE up 11% on the day. So we're kind of seeing at this tiny little scale here, kind of what SPY's been doing on the larger scale. How they're in this channel, they break down, but then they want to come back up, use that as resistance, and kind of stay here. Here it is on this. Broke down below it, coming up, using it as resistance, and kind of staying stagnant now, and now going back up, but still not hitting what is this pattern here. So MACD, we might actually be heading back up. You have to be careful. I'm just gonna wait for some other big signs to line up before I short again. I'll be day trading soon enough. I think I'm gonna call TD Ameritrade today and see if I can get my spreads account set up here. SPE cooling off. I'm gonna wait on them. I don't see anything from them. The 5-minute MACD I like though. I'm gonna let that keep going down, let the lines get wider. And if they cross down low enough, that's when I could long. Or maybe even sell a spread on them. I'll probably just long them with shares. Because I don't think I want to option trade on something that volatile. Not yet, at least. To be honest, that's something I might never have to do. If I don't have to open myself to volatility, then why even worry about it? So this ends my Friday to Monday hot streak where I went from 514 up to 553 by selling only SPY credit spreads. We are going to cool off today. We're still at the 530 level. We're going to try to keep our confidence here, work the account back up. SPY potential long if you were day trading back up through that level while they have broken down through the chart, got that big move. That was a false breakout, so you kind of would have had to short right here if you were waiting for that breakout and get out almost as soon as possible because that came right back. I always like to get in there, scalp a few cents out of an option, and then move on to the next thing here. But it looks like they do want to go back up to that level. That would make our account go slightly down, but I did get out of my directional spread, so really it's the increase of implied volatility and any huge moves at this point that would affect our account greatly at this point. But again, I have some money waiting to enter some spreads where I'm just gonna let them play out. We'll have to wait for the perfect time, and then we'll look into getting into something. So I still like the 1 hour MACD as a cool off. Might take a couple of candles though to actually see that come to fruition. As you look here, this line cross took the next hour to actually complete the move, and that was kind of in a little messy area. This place it crossed in after hours. It did nothing for another 3 hours, and then here it started to move again. Let's look at another instance here. Right here, got the line cross to the upside, did nothing, actually wicked down a lot here at open, but ended up finishing up. So sometimes it can take a while for these positions to develop, but that's why I want to wait for the 5 minute to show me what I want so I can get in at an even better time. Maybe even see what the 1 minute's doing at that point. But I like to use the 1 hour as a guideline to find out which way I should be going, longing or shorting. And then I go to the 5 minute to find the exact right time to place my trade. All right. I'm going to go get a water refill real quick. I'll be back here in just a second. Alrighty, we're back. Hopefully I'll eventually just upgrade the chair to one that's not squeaky, but in the meantime, I mean, it's comfortable. So there's your big move to the upside on SPY. We had what looks like almost a resistance, support, and then there's your 3-bar play along through that. So very nice move here. The 3-bar play is basically a simpler look at a Fibonacci level where you have a pullback. Do you want to try to long through the next through a potential breakout? So here you could have called a 3-bar play just about. This is kind of together as 1 bar. Big move down, slight move up, and they're starting to come back down again. Do you want to short through that level, or here would you want to long through this level or that wick, depending on how bullish you are? We could check out some earnings for today, see if we can All right, that guy I mentioned yesterday about the Tesla credit spreads, he entered one the other day, but then Tesla went up to 550, and he's like, might be time to close the position. So I was telling him, yeah, Option Alpha recommends about 80% profit take. Not sure how much he's up on the position. Not sure how much you're up on the position, but that's a nice move by Tesla is basically what I told him. And then that Santa thing I said the other day kind of made bank with the likes and comments and stuff. So I said, when's the North Pole earnings call? I'm interested in to see how this business was affected by the pandemic. North Pole's not publicly traded yet, so I'll be trading earnings of the success of Mattel and hot tech such as Apple for phone sales and Microsoft for the Xbox, as they are closely correlated to the success of his business. If anyone else has some ideas, stocks to play around Santa's North Pole earnings, hit me up. And some guy told me BTU, it's a coal stock. I'm like, that's really smart. Those are gonna fly. And then he edited and checked, and it said BTU's up 11% today. That's great. What did you do? What did this guy do? This guy was up like $6,000 on a $4,000 account over the past year. It looks like about 5,000 actually. And he was up to 10K at one point, and then he just dropped straight line down. Is he trying to play options or something? What are you doing, man? I don't know. That's not good. My GL on Haynes is really high right now. Oh, wow. Nice job, Haynes. Exactly what we wanted here. Nice. Just give the position some time. Wow. I should have averaged a bit more into this position, but as a new swinger, I did not want to, do anything dumb here. We are now into the second half hour of the Open. Things looking green again. Confirmation there on the 1 minute for a while now. Above the 180 MA. My final out for some of this stuff where I would take, right now there's really nothing to take a loss on. Because everything is still up, it's just less up than it was the other day. I could just look into re-entering a new condor now to try to make back a bit extra. Let's look at, because we have really high implied volatility right now. I think I'll go to the December 4ths. We can sell the 371, buy the 372 for about 10. And on the put side, we can sell the 346, buy the 345. 18 bucks. And now it's up to 19. So let's try 19. I'm holding a lot of SPY options right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different SPY options, which means that we did get filled on that other condor here, which is good. That thing was down to 18 earlier, up to 19, and that's where I got my fill. Very happy about that. And if we see a big turnaround here and then a lower volume, that could lead to your implied volatility crush. And what an open by Haynes. What an open. I'm so impressed by this. This level here was the level that they blew down through after earnings. Yeah, and we're back up. There we go. So 15.15 is one of my top levels I have for them. What I think I'll do now is exit out of some of the position, because I do want to secure some of this profit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sell half because we're actually up a lot on it. Let's sell 5 shares. I only had 10. Place that order, and we got filled. See, with any other new type of trading strategy, you have to do it the most passive way possible so you can get the experience of knowing what it's like to have that trade work, but then also not trying to blow a ton of money while you're trying to figure it out. I'm saying I was down $25 in pre-market. That's wrong. Yeah, there's something wrong on that. I'm not down 51 today on that. I'm only down 25. Be right back again. Got to go fill my other water. Give me here just a second. Alrighty, so this is the beginning of what looks like could be another skid for my account, but this is where you you don't panic. I'm not panicking right now. I'm just gonna wait till the indicators line back up in my favor, and then we will look to get back into stuff. But right now, I'm just evaluating all of my positions, seeing, okay, I'm losing money on this one. Do I want to hold it or not? This guy right here, I was up $4 on yesterday. Now I'm down 5 on it now as it's gone back up to 23 bucks. But that's the only option you can do on this little account because it's not even, it's barely $100. So, but 1 minute MACD here. I'm waiting for what could be a reversal. We are very high right now. So I'm going to see if we want to test the 360, 60 level, basically where this line is again. That's going to be a place to break through, or are we going to turn around here and that'll be it? Not sure. We did have a lot of a very sharp spike here, so I don't know how much higher they'll want to go. No one ever does, but indicators can give you a better idea than a shot in the dark. So I've got some more hands on the table still. I'm going to wait for the 15-15 level to exit the rest of my position on that guy. But yeah, after that earnings beatdown, they just, I'm really happy with that trade. SPY testing the 360-60 level. If they break to the upside, I'm going to exit this spread. I'm going to get the close ready. To close it at like 24 if we get the break. Or will this be a hard bounce off? Or the seller's going to come back in here at this level? So wick above 73. All right, I'm closing. Come on. Fill me. What's wrong? It's up to 24. I'll pay 24. Fill me. Please. Something wrong with our internet? Alright. Got filled at 25. Took my loss there. We're back to break even on the week on that thing. Tiny account. Alright. We're not going to panic. We're just going to wait for a good position to come in. So it's very uncharacteristic by SPY to break back up above this. I have no idea why they are, because we have no reason to be going up this high right now. No reason at all. Let's check ally account. Today's gain and loss on the ally credit spreads, the huge amount of credit spreads I have on that thing, $3 down. Because the theta mixed with the amount of implied volatility you get on options that far out is so low that you just get a steady decay on that, which is great. One thing I might have to do now with this break through this channel, you saw a lot of volume. That's a great place to enter a spread, to enter a condor. I'm thinking about doing that, but kind of moving it to the downside. Good open for Haynes. I'm really happy with that. We'll see if we can maybe even challenge a 16 level on Haynes. Hold a couple for that. Let's refresh our account here so we can get our updated share count of Haynes here. Yep, now we're down to 5. Okay. So this tiny account, since we finished down 11, that one's down 9.2% because it's just that one spread that I got stopped out of. So that, while that is very unfortunate, gotta follow your rules. And if I see something later, I'll get back in. But right now, I'm not seeing anything yet. We're not ready to turn around yet. It doesn't look like. I'm really impressed that they have the energy to break up through this level. It's crazy. And I know this is the level because they treated it like the level. Wicking above it, all the sellers sitting right here, all the volume at that breakout. So people knew. Hands cooling off, but that's fine. I'm just holding those shares. We can go back to SBE and see if they have any confirmation waiting for us. Here on the 5-minute, you have line crossing. It's kind of messy right now, but that's not the optimal thing I was looking for here. There's millions of shares of volume. Wait, less than a million? Yeah, this is 1 million shares of volume here. That's more than the, well, that's over 5 minutes. I think the S&P 500 has more. Yeah, because I mean here, you had 500,000 here in the first minute. Yeah, so a bit more, about as much volume on SPY as we have on SBE today. Very impressive. And now we're back below that level. 1 minute MACD. Turning. This channel that we broke below earlier and then kind of broke back above, I'm wondering if that would be a support level. It looks like we wicked down to that as support right here. I wonder if that's something where you go back down through that and that's a short-term short. Not sure if it would be here. Let's see. Earnings calendar by Yahoo Finance. I remember not looking at these guys as much. Let's see if we have anything on it. I don't know. I just want to look at. I don't want Yahoo Finance Live. I just want earnings. That's not what I want. Here we go for Tuesday. Mark, Abercrombie and Fitch, analog devices. Burlington, Best Buy. Ooh. Wait, that's before market open on Tuesday. Best Buy, is that BBY? I think it's BBY. Let's see if that's what it was. At Best Buy. Looks like it dropped $10. Why did they not show up on my options calendar? Yeah, we had Gap. You can check the earnings calendar here on Webull. Let's go by options volume and see what we have here. Best Buy was the one. Yeah. And that was in the morning. Great. I would have loved to play Best Buy to the downside because I knew they had amazing earnings last quarter. I'm like, who's still going to Best Buy? Oh well. Let's start going to Webull from here on out. All right, my Webull paper trading account is now 25 grand. I think I'll paper trade on that for fun. What we can do, we can paper trade SBE. They're along through 43.14, I think, definitely. New all-time highs for them, I think it would be. Yeah. But this could be the end of a big movement up. I just have to be very careful about these run-ups. Like, they're really not for people with low risk profiles. Okay, earnings tomorrow. Looking at here, there's not really anything big. Kraft Heinz has the next dividend. Spartan Acquisition Corp. IPOs. Are you doing something else? It just says today, so Dollar Tree earnings might be something. Did Dollar Tree earnings happen already? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I gotta find a way to get ahead of these stupid earnings. I really like playing these. Here's your new level of resistance, it looks like, right about here. That's this different channel, but I'm gonna put, yeah, man. Big account's doing okay, other than they're actually up on the day, other than my SBE loss. So, red on everything today, but it happens sometimes. We were green on every account every day for, I think it was 5 days in a row. Gotta have your cool off sometime. New highs for SPY there. See probably an increase in volume, increase in implied volatility. Trump weighing sanctions related to crackdown in Hong Kong. I'm seeing a lot of wicks here on SPY, but I'm still watching this guy right here as a breakdown level. The further up they go, the further they ride this, the steeper the fall will be, I think. We've seen all white candles from SPY today until right now, which could be our first gray candle here in the first, 40 minutes or so. Alrighty, let's do this. So that's looking good. Yeah, increasing implied volatility now is hurting any of the condors we had currently, but the best thing you can do when you see stuff that's going down, you look for ways to. It's kind of averaging in, but it's a more customized way of averaging in, as you're kind of actually you're just hedging against the loss at this point, where if it does turn around, you're going to make it back faster. That's exactly what averaging in is. But you're doing it with different legs and stuff. You can custom tailor the risk profile when you're putting in more later. We're about halfway through the stream here. Got about 8 more minutes to the halfway point. S&P's up 0.95%. Dow Jones is up 1.36%. This is a NASDAQ. It's comp. I don't know. I think that's NASDAQ up 0.27%. And the VIX, the volatility index, is down 2.65%. Yeah, so very excited about my upcoming job interview. If I get that one, that will be a great dream job that I can just work in afternoons full time, and then still be able to trade all of the profits, all the income, and try to make that into more profits. I need to be careful not to just blow it all, give it all back. I need to be very careful about that. I think what I'll do is take my weekly income, and 1/10 of that will be my daily stop trading today, you took enough losses sort of thing. So say I'm getting $1,000 a week, which is not happening. My loss on the day would be $10. That's how much I would allow myself to lose in a day. Now, would it be 10 or 100? Yeah, so if it's 500 a week, you lose $50, go home. Just stop. I think that might be a good rule to go by. 10% of your weekly income should be your daily stop for losing stuff. So we're gonna give SPY here a little bit longer. They are up a lot right now, up through a particular resistance level that I had highlighted with a very, very thick highlighter. And we're going to see when we get a line cross. I'm going to play them to the downside still. I'm still bearish on them. 1 hour MACD is way up there. With that big news on open, they're going to go even higher, so it's going to get us an even better deal, even further out of the money here. Small account, well, it says it's down 9%. It's because Robinhood is for some reason doubling how much I've lost today, saying I started down in pre-market down 25, which isn't right. So really I'm down more like 5%, and that would make the weekly stuff here. I basically have given almost everything back from my run here, but hopefully we can get a lot back here on the my 2-day run is kind of what was given back. I'm going to look into evaluating positions a little bit more closely, getting a little bit more picky when it comes to exiting if I don't like the moves. Like this messy MACD here might have been incentive to just say, you know what, I'm just going to exit and wait, see if something happens. The lower my investor certainty is, I will have to adjust my risk profile accordingly. Looks like I'm getting pretty slow internet speeds here. So I am saving for a new computer, but I'm going to wait as long as I can, not just because I'm super frugal, but because I want to get like a really, really good computer. I will probably try to do a high definition build video. It's going to be a water-cooled PC, hardline acrylic, with two 280 millimeter radiators crammed into the Cerberus, the Sliger Cerberus, not the X, the smaller one. I'm going to do some modding to make that happen, and then I actually have to move the motherboard down. So I have to move standoffs. But that thing, I'm so excited for that. While I'm at it, I might just have to flip the whole case and try something different. So SPY broke down through that channel, a line that I had graphed out there. We'll watch and see if they want to stay below that. Looks like they're trying to fight back up for now, so they might not be done with their upward move here. That increase in implied volatility, that's not going to look good here on this account. While we are looking like we're seeing a turnaround when it comes to the option prices, the implied volatility is still very high right now, with this high volume pushing it higher and higher and higher. To be honest, I'm just shocked that we're seeing this. I haven't been trading that long, but this is big. Like, I don't understand right now, so I'm learning a lot on stream. You guys can tell pretty obviously. So, um, I feel a lot more comfortable doing um doing stuff like day trading and stuff, and so I'm very excited to hopefully get back to that level sometime. Oh, what I want to do. Oh, I have something free here. There's your fail back down below that level. It's also on high volume. Not seeing any other news. We are interacting with a very heavy price level here. 9:30. Is there a press conference or something going on right now? No idea, but we're getting a lot of volume in right now. That could shoot the price of the condors up a little bit here for the time being. They are trying to turn around. I'm not going to be like a super optimist about it, because it might not. But you know. Here on the 5-minute, getting close to, this is a very, very aggressive turn in the line cross here, so don't know how much validity is to that. Let's see. So we'll keep watching here, but not sure there's any other big movements today. Just going to wait for a move to the downside before I potentially short anything else. MACD line cross is what I'd be waiting on. Lower volume now, but it looks like they are recovering. Waiting. Really, I'm just sitting here waiting for the for SPY to have some candles actually get below this 9-period SMA. This MACD, I'm waiting for a cross, and then a couple candles to open below this on the 5-minute, and then I'll short. Because 1-hour MACD's got a line cross up here. I'm ready for that. That's really high. I'm done looking at SPE. I'm not going to trade them. I'm not going to touch this stuff till I day trade. I shouldn't really have. It's not that Charlie was wrong. It's just that I'm not getting good fills on my ally brokers, so I shouldn't really worry about it right now. Let's go just back to Hanesbrands and watch them. Took some profit at 1470 something. You might have been here-ish. I don't know if it was up here. There's a candle opening below. There's another run back up. Wow, why do you have such a big bounce off this 9 SMA here? I can't be watching that right now. I wonder if there was news here, if this was just a volume spike. I don't know what the volume was from. Wow, SPY won't stop just moving around like crazy here. I don't know if which way they'll be wanting to go. We're gonna take that off. Well, this is a really, really tight stagnation point. They're like between the same 50 cents. So we tested that 361 level again here. Yeah, that's $2 away from some of my strikes. I'm not touching that. Good for that. Yeah, there's really not anything else to talk about, really. I mean, I'm just going to keep watching new highs. It's just going to be bad on the condors. I might have to exit some of my stuff and just look to re-enter it later. But I really have no idea why we're going this way. Yeah, new highs. Well, people definitely aren't going to take puts right now. You can't right now do anything different than what you can't change your plan. I have to remind myself of that. See, I don't know why we're having such a big breakout right now when really we have no reason to be going up this much. COVID-19 is also listed. Yeah. Well, nothing's happened. Nothing's happened with COVID. It's still a thing. The vaccine news means nothing. It's not going to be here. People are so ready for it to be here that they're pumping up the market before anything's even happened. Man, what is going on? Are we even at the very top of the news list? Holy cow. I don't just want to take losses on these positions because they're still iron condors. I want to wait to enter anything else. Yes, we are down in that regard. We're going to be careful not to do anything stupid. Very passive, and yeah, this line here was a really big deal for me. This one here. It's not showing up right on this one. We're just going to delete that one because that's not really relevant anymore. This one, for some reason, wasn't relevant. Nearing the 361.75 level, which would be up here, which would be this line. Seriously? We have this graphed out where it needs to be. So if they somehow break that, then something's wrong. Something's wrong right now. I'm not liking this at all. Haynes MACD though looks pretty promising for what could be just some a potential short. Maybe just take the rest of my profits on Haynes. I think I will. Just gonna close that out. Sell 5 at market, and then we'll get out here before the MACD turns around. Alrighty, we've been filled. Good. So took a bit of profit on the Haynes trade. We're still waiting on SPY to stop being stupid. Again, no reason to go up right now. Not going to try to rush into anything dumb because of it, though. Last thing you can do. Last thing you can afford to do. So, now, while day trading won't solve all of my problems, it will allow me to exit these positions if I need to. So I could day trade a move up like this. But I'm not going to day trade. I mean, I'm not going to try to, if I can day trade, I'm going to all of a sudden pump up the risk profile of this strategy. That's not what I'm going to do. You know, I have a 366, 368 put spread for SPY for December 4th, which is not this Friday, but next. Waiting for SPY to stop. Stop being stupid. So we'll wait for a turnaround here in SPY and short them then. There's really nothing else to have the stream on for right now, because SPY's not going to be reversing for a while here. I'm going to wait for the 5-minute MACD lines to cross, and then I'll short them again, because my long-term bearish sentiment still holds. It was stagnant here and then somehow went back up. So I still don't know what the problem is, why we're going back up like this. But we're nearing these highs. 363 was a level that they looked like they got close to. Viruses related to coronavirus found in Japan, Cambodia bat samples. What is this? Let me click it, or no? Okay, never mind. Bat samples. Okay. It says related to the coronavirus, so it's not the exact one, but getting somewhere, trying to find out where it came from. Whatever your theory is, I mean, it could be anything at this point. Got to keep your head down and try to figure out what the market's going to do next right now. That's the only part that matters. It's not have you lost, have you won. It's what's going to happen next. And I think we're going to see another downtrend after a MACD line cross. But right now, they are nearing this line. I don't even know what this line is from right here. I mean, this thing right here is that. They're nearing that line on the 1 minute. They put in a healthy amount of support. The highest I would let them go is 365, really. $365 would be all-time highs, I think. I'm no longer positive on anything in the Robinhoods. Anything that I was positive on, I've taken my profit on before anything got worse, and they would have gotten worse because I did have some directional spreads here going up. So I capped what could have been a loss, made a lot from it. And if we do get a turnaround, I mean, you look at this implied volatility here. For a lot of these iron condors, this one that I sold just a minute ago for the 11:30 expiration, it's back up to my break even. It has to go through 366, and that's past this blue line here that we have our channel. So they would have to break through that. Right here, I have a 346, 371, a 366 for December 4th, a 370 for December 11th. So they're still far away. We're just getting really close to this side where you would be able to get a slightly better deal here on the on some type of short. But right now, they are just no end in sight right now. They could easily hit that 362 level. While the accounts are going down quite rapidly with this move, I'm not going to panic. I'm going to just evaluate what's going to happen next. And the worst thing you can do in a situation like this is do something stupid, because that's just going to magnify your losses. And anybody's like, oh yeah, I'll take wins. Oh, win's not big enough. If you don't know how to take losses, then you're not going to go anywhere. I don't care if you win $1 million. If you don't know how to take loss and you bag hold all that stuff, you flush it all down the toilet, I don't care how much you win. You're eventually going to lose more. So you need to know how to lose. And right now I'm just seeing this MACD is absolutely crazy. not ready to go down yet. This is so uncharacteristic here. Just this one little, the green line could have been down here. We could have crossed today, but then we opened because of Trump conceding. At the end of the day, it's about trying to find the perfect. You want the perfect risk to reward ratio. Um, you don't ever want to overdo something, trying to make back more money than you make more back than you lose. Because the more passive your strategy is, if it goes wrong for you, the losses could be bigger if you don't manage it correctly. And tried to manage a lot of this loss here. We were up to 550 the other day, so. But if we see a directional cool off, which the MACD is pointing to a cool off, you just have to wait. These spreads will calm down here in the next couple of days. Still running up, man. Haynes looks like they don't really want to go down. Let's look at SDE again, I think is what it was. The electric stock. Was it SDE? No, it's not SDE. It's SBE. Yeah, here it is. Nothing really. I mean, going down between 37 and 40. I mean, that's a $3 move there on a small stock, so that's pretty high liquidity there. MACD line cross here on the 1 minute for SPY. Not sure if we'll actually fail underneath this 9-period SMA, or if we're going to uncharacteristically have everybody buy in and then realize they're in a bubble. That's your last resistance point right there, 361.77. Any directional spreads you're still in right now, if they go through that 361.80 level, it's over. Like, I would not hold anything. Not even with, like, my worst enemy's money would I hold that. That's where you're like, okay, we're going to have to wait a bit longer before we get some line crossing or something. We had such a big run up in after hours that a move like this, even though it's only $1 or $2, is still a ton. Because it's on top of what you had earlier. Alright, well, there's really nothing, so I think I'm just going to end the stream for today, but I'll be shorting again, re-entering my short positions at my new legs for 10% credit at the next time we see a line cross here and a couple candles open below the 9-period SMA. This is why I don't like trading the first 30 minutes, because you would have been happy with shorts, and then you would have been happy with longs, and everything changes around. I'm just going to wait for my indicator. So, anyways, that will be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll be day trading soon so I can have this stream be a lot more action-packed. But yeah, I'll be watching SBE, HBI some more throughout the rest of the day. And yeah, 354 is still my big short level for SPY. Could be our next support. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. That will be the last one before Thanksgiving, which we'll have off, and then I may or may not do Friday. We will have to see. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time.